This African legend died with shocking secret. What really destroyed Majek Fashek will leave you speechless. From summoning rain on stage to battling demons in exile, his fall was darker than anyone knew. Stick around. The final truth about his last days exposes who failed him. You won't believe what happened behind the music. Majek Fashek, known to the world simply as Majek Fashek, was not born into stardom but rather carved his destiny out of the tumultuous streets of Lagos in the 1980s. It was within the studio halls of the famed Lagbaja era, where hopefuls hustled as session instrumentalists, that Majek Fashek began a journey that would eventually etch his name into the annals of African music history. Yet, those early days were far from the glamour and glory that would later accompany his name. The studio band he was part of disintegrated by 1987, each man forced to seek out survival elsewhere. Majek Fashek found his next calling at Tabansi Records, where he worked as an artist promotion manager, a position that would unwittingly reveal the extraordinary gift he possessed. His voice, raw and dripping with the weight of 1,000 untold stories, caught the attention of his superiors. The result was the birth of his debut album, Prisoner of Conscience, a lyrical dedication to the imprisoned Nelson Mandela and a poetic testament to freedom, struggle, and human resilience. Among its 9 stirring tracks, one song would go on to haunt the airwaves, Send Down the Rain. This song, more than just a hit, became a phenomenon, cloaked in an almost supernatural mystique as performances seemed to summon rain from a clear sky, earning Majek Fashek the nickname the Rainmaker. Despite rampant piracy that gnawed at album sales in Nigeria during the 80s and 90s, Prisoner of Conscience was an unstoppable force. It is estimated that over 1 million copies were sold across vinyl and cassette formats, a testament to his magnetic pull and the resonance of his message. In the wake of his success, he quickly became a continental sensation, a rare star whose brilliance seemed poised to rival, if not eclipse, legends like Fela Anikulapo Kuti and Alpha Blondy. But with soaring fame came the inevitable turbulence. Following the release of his second album, I Experience, in 1989, Majek Fashek found himself entangled in a bitter dispute with Tabansi Records. It threatened to derail his meteoric rise, but fortune smiled as CBS Records, a powerhouse in the United States, bought out his contract. They re-released I Experience in 1990, giving Majek Fashek a platform on an entirely new scale. He was no longer just a Nigerian or African star. He was being positioned for global domination. Majek Fashek's first U.S. tour was a roaring success. His signature blend of reggae infused with African percussion, a style he proudly called Bangalo, enthralled audiences. His sound was a call to ancestry, a heartbeat of a continent, and it captivated the American music scene. Yet, beneath the veneer of success, darker currents began to stir. Having previously abstained from alcohol and hard drugs, save for the occasional puff of herb, Majek Fashek found himself increasingly lured into the excesses that fame offered. His cousin and ex-bandmate, Amos McCroy, saw the impending doom and urged him to return home before the seductive grip of the American lifestyle claimed him. Majek Fashek, however, was in too deep, swept along by the tides of celebrity. Signing with the nascent Interscope Records, Majek Fashek released So Long Too Long in 1991. It was his magnum opus for the international stage, propelled by standout singles like the title track, So Long Too Long, and Majek Fashek in New York. His electrifying performance on Late Night with David Letterman in early 1992 was a defining moment, a blazing comet across the American television sky. But life, with its merciless balance, dealt a cruel blow. News arrived from Nigeria that his beloved mother had passed away. Grief-stricken and vulnerable, Majek Fashek sank into a profound depression. The Rastafarian light that once shone in his eyes dimmed, and he increasingly sought solace in alcohol and stronger substances. The spiral was swift and merciless. The once bright-eyed musician transformed into a shadow of his former self, losing the focus and discipline that had propelled him to stardom. His inability to produce a follow-up album frustrated Interscope, leading to his eventual release from the label. His struggles with substance abuse intensified, alienating collaborators and fans alike. It would take until 1997 before he would re-emerge with Rainmaker, an album that, while musically solid, bore the marks of his internal decay. Returning to Nigeria in 2000, Majek Fashek was a pale imitation of the vibrant figure who had set stages ablaze across Africa and America. His once dazzling appearance had withered, his voice, a divine instrument, had frayed under years of neglect and abuse. Yet, in the hearts of his countrymen, he remained a cherished icon. They rallied around him, offering support as he attempted to resurrect his career with the album Little Patience. Released in 2004, the record carried the unmistakable stamp of personal confession and regret, weaving themes of redemption and loss into a poignant tapestry. It was a reasonable success and a reminder of the talent that still flickered within him. Despite the positive reception, Majek Fashek's health continued to deteriorate. His body, ravaged by years of excess, began to betray him. Rumors of his death circulated with alarming frequency, only to be quashed by his increasingly strained media team. Still, the inevitable loomed. On the 1st of June 2020, the world awoke to the devastating news that Majek Fashek had passed away in New York City at the age of 57 after a protracted battle with cancer. Majek Fashek's story is not merely one of rise and fall. It is a cautionary tale inscribed with brilliance and tragedy. He possessed a voice and spirit that could have carried him to the very pinnacle of global music, standing shoulder to shoulder with legends like Lucky Dubé and Alpha Blondy. Instead, he became another casualty of the unforgiving glare of fame and the merciless bite of addiction. Yet, to remember Majek Fashek solely by his struggles is to do him a disservice. He was, and will always remain, one of Africa's most naturally gifted artists, a maestro who channeled the struggles and hopes of his people into melodies that transcended borders. His music, infused with the potent rhythms of reggae and the ancestral heartbeat of Africa, continues to inspire, a testament to the enduring power of art even amidst personal ruin. The story of Majek Fashek is not merely a lament for what could have been, but a celebration of what was. In his prime, he made the skies weep and the earth sing. He was the Rainmaker, a title not lightly earned but bestowed by a universe that seemed to answer his call. His legacy lives on in every chord struck in his honor, in every whispered prayer of gratitude for the magic he brought into a world that so desperately needed it. Though his journey ended prematurely, Majek Fashek's influence is undying, woven into the very fabric of African and world music. He stands immortal, a symbol of prodigious talent and human frailty, of divine music and mortal failing. There's a strange, bittersweet beauty in the realization that while the man may have succumbed to his demons, the art he created has triumphed over death. Majek Fashek, forever the Rainmaker, remains a beacon for dreamers, a caution for the reckless, and a hero for the broken. In the end, his story is not just a tragic ballad of a gifted artist undone by his vices, but a symphony of brilliance that continues to echo across generations, reminding us that greatness, however fleeting, leaves an indelible mark upon the world. What do you remember most about Majek Fashek's journey? Do you believe his struggles overshadowed his genius or made his art more profound? How should the world honor a talent so bright, yet so tragically brief? Drop your reflections in the comments. And if you believe stories like this deserve to be heard, subscribe for more powerful legacies that shape the sound of history.